We've got senior guard Mike Adewunmi, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists, 3 blocks tonight. Mike, if you just want to start us off, just your general thought on this game, and then we'll go into some questions.
Coming into the game, we knew it was going to be a tough battle. We knew we were playing a really good team, a well-coached team. We wanted to come out and play loose, play free, and play for each other. And that's what we focused on. And we knew, no matter what the score was, to never quit, keep playing until, the clock hit 0. And I'm proud of my teammates for doing that. We all, bought in and collectively, the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but we still went out there and fought, and I'm proud of my guys for that.
Thanks, Mike. We'll go to questions. John from Hoops HD first. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike, congrats on a fantastic career, obviously. I just wanted to get your take as somebody who's faced some great all-around guards this year, like Javonte Smart at LSU and Jordan Goodwin at St. Louis very early in the season. Where does Grayson Murphy rank among the best all-around guards you've seen this year?
Grayson Murphy is a really great guard. He's very heady, smart. He doesn't get sped up. I admire his game. All those guys over there, they rally around him. He controls the team. He's the head of the snake, and he's doing a really good job for them.
Let's go to Greg. You're up next. Go ahead. Greg, I think you're on mute.
You're right. I am. Mike, after the scores of the first 2 games against Belmont, how hard was it to put that in the past and start fresh going against them tonight?
Well, obviously the first 2 games that we played them were tough. We were faced with, some adversity, had to overcome a lot even going into the game. But you got to come in, you got your work cut out. You got to come to play every single time. They say it's hard to beat a team, 3 times in a row, but we didn't think about that. We disregarded that thought. We were focused on winning coming into this game, and that's all we were focused on. And obviously the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but we fought, and that's all you can ask of your guys, and that's what we did.
We'll go Joe Pott next. Go ahead, Joe.
Mike, I'm just interested in your thoughts on how much this team had to go through from beginning to end of season, everything that you've gone through, and to get to this point to finish the season off.
Oh man, most people don't even know the half. It's been a very, very rocky season. A lot of ups and downs. Absence of guys, injuries, a surplus of things. It's been tough, but that's what it's all about, overcoming adversity and being able to move forward, despite what you're faced with. And we're basketball players at the end of the day. You come to play, you get the opportunity to play the game you love. You got to leave it all out there on the floor, regardless of who's still there and, who's not. Tonight we had everybody we should have had, on our roster with us, whether they were on the bench, whether they were cheering, or whether they were on the floor. So that's the main thing. We're all about family. And, like I said, just got to be proud of the guys, the way they fought.
Anybody else? Question for Mike? All right, Mike, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. We're going to switch out and have Coach Barone sit down here in just a sec. If you know you have a question for Coach Barone, just let me know in the chat, and I will call on you.
Good.
All right, we have a question, or let's start before we take questions, Coach. Let's just start general thoughts on tonight's game, and then we'll go to some questions.
I thought, we came in with a very aggressive mindset. We flew around, gave everything we could in terms of, there were some stints throughout the game where it felt like there was no immediate timeouts. And, extended 6-7 minutes, it felt like at times, and our guys were able to battle through that. Never got away from us. We were able to chip away. Unfortunately, the first half, I thought we had they made some threes. I think they had 8 threes in the first half, and our hands were dropped on a few of them. And we tried making those adjustments, talking about that. Our zone was pretty effective early, and focus was our transition. And I thought we came in with the right mindset and the right togetherness and the right fight. And unfortunately, right when it was about, I think, a 10-point game, missed a couple free throws, they went down and maybe hit a three or got a basket. It went from about could have been 8 to, and then it went to 15. I can't remember. I don't have the score sheet from me. And then that was kind of the part that hurt us at the end. But our guys gave everything they can. You don't see that. I don't know what I don't know what you're saying.
Let's start questions with Greg. Go ahead, Greg.
Hi, Brian. Greg from the Telegraph.
Greg.
I know Evansville for moral victories, but would you be okay if fans saw this as one?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like when fans like our team. Yeah, and it's a fair question. I think some people kind of get sick of hearing the story or hearing the facts, as I like to say. We go out there and we battle a team that beat us by 50. We have 33 days off. The 35th day we play with no practice and playing. The last time we played them, we had four games in a week, 7 games in 13 days. So we knew coming into this game, they had not seen a version of us that was even remotely us. So it was nice to go out there and give. The effort's been a given all year, but give a little bit more of a showing. Where I get from a fan's perspective that there was a respect earned or gained by our effort tonight and our execution at times.
And we'll go Joe Pott.
A couple things for you, Coach. First thing is, some of the things that stand out is Belmont actually has more turnovers than SIUE. You force more turnovers from the Bruins. You also block 11 shots, which ties the school record for blocks in a game. Those are effort and enthusiasm type plays that I know you like. Second part is I just wanted to know if you'd comment on your 2 seniors who showed up and gave everything tonight. Isaiah James with a career best 18 and Mike with 16.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is the guys in this locker room right now they're just flying around, and they're giving that effort. I mean, they were exhausted at one point, and I don't think we had a couple days off between games for the first time in 2021. Where we actually had a Sunday, Monday to Tuesday, and we were playing, and our fatigue has caught us a little bit, and for them to have 11 block shots, turn Belmont over more than we had, is a credit to them as men, as the characters that they are. And then you talk about Mike and Isaiah tonight, and Isaiah was calling for subs at one point because he was just exhausted, and then he found it within himself to try to not come out. There was a passion and a togetherness. There was a great communication in the huddles. Mike was flying around some block shots from the weak side or from transition. Hit a huge 3. Was rebounding really well in traffic and getting to the lane, and those 2 gave us everything they can. And let's not forget about Jackson Best. Jackson Best lost his father 3 or 4 weeks ago to COVID. I mean, it was probably January 18th, 19th, something around that. And for him to be on the bench with us today in a uniform and get a minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is in a college basketball game after overcoming everything he's had to do to go put to rest his father, to then get back into our COVID protocol just so he can get on the bench. I mean, I don't know if you can say much more for the efforts of our guys in that locker room. I'm sure someone else has some stories, but I know ours is pretty darn impressive.
Let's go to John from Hoops HD. Go ahead, John.
Thanks. Hey, Coach. 2 questions. The first one is about the point guard, Grayson Murphy. I know you faced some great all-around guards this year, like Javonte Smart at LSU and Jordan Goodwin at St. Louis, but where does Grayson rank among the best all-around guards you've seen this year? And number 2, as somebody who's been playing and coaching for like a quarter century in college, Is this Belmont team? I know they haven't won anything yet besides one game, but what is their ceiling? Do you think they're one of the 68 best teams in America? Do you think they can win a first-round game in the tournament?
Yeah, no, those are two good questions, fair questions. Grayson's a really good player. You know, you just look at how he rebounds. You know, when you have an X factor in a guard that does something that's typically not something that a guard would do, and he's one of the better rebounders, if not top rebounding guard, maybe one of the best rebounders in the league. I don't know the stat exactly, but and then he's also defending the way he defends and then distributes the ball the way he needs to do. He's an impressive guard. There's no doubt about that. So I would rank him as one of the better ones that we've seen this year. I mean, he's on a team that has won a ton. He's won in his career, and he's the guard on that team. So I don't know how you don't rank him as one of the better ones, because that's what you play the game for, to win. In terms of one of the 68 best teams, yeah, I think I've seen them now 3 times, and obviously a lot on film. This league is a very good league, a very good league. You know, we're seeded the 8th best team in the league right now, and I don't know if you know, that's really indicative of what our team is. Our situation put us in a difficult spot. And my point to that is not a credit to us, but it's a credit to what Belmont has done in this league, because I think the league top to bottom, it has very good depth. And for them to go through the league the way they did it, I know they had an injury at the stretch, down the stretch a little bit. And it's nice to see him out there. It wasn't great to see him out there tonight, but it was good to see him out there for their sake. Yeah, I think they're one of the top 68 teams in the country, in my opinion. And I have no problem saying that.
Anybody else? Another question for Coach? We got time for one more if you do. All right, Coach. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys.